Hi, welcome to the recently published NPD results. For on the hardware side, video game hardware was up 47% in March, according to industry tracking firm from the NPD group. But that is a kind of expected, considering the Switch only really started skyrocketing high in March. But we also have the new ninth gen consoles, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series on the market. So yeah, it was pretty much expected to go up year on year. That growth comes despite a surge in sales that began last year due to the start of the pandemic stay-at-home orders, and while the Switch continues to fuel those sales, so does Xbox and especially the PlayStation 5. March video game hardware dollar sales were 40% higher than a year ago at a March record of 680 million. NPD analyst Matt Piscatella said the previous high of 552 million was set in March 2008. Year-to-date hardware spending totaled $1.4 billion, an increase of 81% compared to a year ago. So, not only are the hardware sales going up, but the dollar sales are also going up a considerable amount. Once again, that's expected. The PlayStation 5 was released with a higher price tag of, at the top of my head, $499 for one of the PlayStation 5 models, and I think that's the digital edition, and $599 for the PlayStation 5 model. Xbox Series also launched, so that's also a consideration that is to be taken into account. And we also still have last gen platforms that are not mentioned here, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, that are still not fully discontinued. So yeah. The Switch, which continues to sell out despite higher availability compared, led the month. So this was once again expected. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series are currently facing massive chip shortages. And the Switch is also facing shortages. If you look at the Famitsu charts, I won't display in this video. The Switch Lite's almost outselling the Switch week on week. So that's something to take into account. The Nintendo Switch was the best-selling hardware platform in both units and dollars during the month of March, says Piscatella. In the first quarter, the Nintendo Switch was the unit sales leader, while the PlayStation 5 ranked first in hardware dollar sales. I expected this because the PlayStation 5 is much more expensive than the Nintendo Switch is, so that was pretty much expected. But the limited availability of the new generation of consoles isn't unusual. Despite its short supply, the PS5 is actually on record pace for sales in the US. This is amazing for the PlayStation 5 considering it is currently in shortages. I don't think it will outsell the Switch in US though, but I think it will hold the fastest selling console of all time in US until around about when the Switch Lite comes out. So yeah, about 3 years down the track. PlayStation 5 is the fastest selling console in US history in both unit and dollar sales through lifetime sales and 5 months on the market, says Piscatella. For now, Microsoft and Sony continue to sell nearly every console they make, and the sales would certainly be higher if they could produce more systems. One thing to note about this generation is all consoles of this generation, I'm considering Nintendo Switch as well, a 9th gen console, are selling really well. The Xbox Series is the fastest selling Xbox platform of all time, so it's on par with the Xbox One. The PlayStation 5 is on par with the PlayStation 4. And the Nintendo Switch is one of the fastest selling Nintendo platforms of all time, currently behind the Nintendo DS worldwide. Accessories also continue record sales in March. The NPD also tracked a new March sales high for video game accessories. March 2021, spending on video game accessories reached a March record of $300 million, says Piscatella. That's 26% higher when compared to a year ago. First quarter accessory dollar sales totaled $717 million, 42% higher than a year ago. Okay, so this me guessing this is due to the firstly the controllers, and also the new controllers. So that's the main thing. And while console sales and software can reveal excitement among gamers, peripheral sales are even more illustrative. People are buying new controllers and headsets because they know they're invested into the new generation for the long run. That is resulting in strong sales for the DualSense gamepad. The PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller White was the leading accessory in dollar sales for the month of March as well as the first quarter, says Piscatella. This is surprising considering that the Nintendo Switch is still selling better than the PlayStation 5, and I'm pretty sure the Pro Controller I think the main thing here is that the Switch has multiple controllers right now. They have the Joy-Cons, the Pro Controller. They also have some other accessories that fit particular games. For example, the wheel for Mario Kart. Whereas the PlayStation 5 has basically one primary controller, which is the DualSense wireless controller. And it's also a new console with the new... So it is, I guess, acceptable to have the PlayStation 5 DualSense wireless controller beating the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons or the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Diving more into the hardware, video game sales continue to grow as the pandemic drags on, according to industry tracking firm the NPD Group. The March 2021 NPD Game Report is the first time that a year-over-year comparison will take early stay-at-home orders into effect. March 2021 consumer spending across video game hardware, content, and accessories reached a March record of $5.6 billion. NPD analyst Matt Piscatella said that is 18% higher when compared to a year ago. So this would be because of the new platforms, the Xbox Series and PlayStation 5, and also the fact that we had some big releases this month, which we will go into later. Here, the table below will compare the total revenue made compared to 2020. So the total video game sales in March 2020 was $5,608, up from $4,762 last year. Video game hardware $680, up 47% from $463 last year. Video game content is $4,628, up from $4,062 last year. Video game accessories, $300, up 26% from $238 last year. So as you can see, in pretty much all areas, the video game industry in 2021 is tracking ahead of what it was at in 2020. First quarter consumer spending totals $14.9 billion, 30% higher than 2020's first quarter, says Piscatella. That makes sense considering the pandemic, which boosted sales spending on video games didn't get started in earnest until late March. This year also has new hardware from Sony and Microsoft. So here are the year-to-date 2021 dollar sales in millions, so the quarterly. So in 2021, for total video game sales, we got $14,920, up 30% from the year-to-date 2020, which was $11,480. For video game hardware, the year-to-date 2021 was $1,405, up 81% from the $778 of the year-to-date for 2020. This year, for the video game content, the quarterly sales was $12,798, up about 25% from $10,199 in 2020. For the video game accessories, the year to date for 2021 was $717, which was up 42% from $504. On the software side, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War tops the charts for March 2021. Second place, Monster Hunter Rise, which released towards the end of March. I kind of expected it to hit number one due to it being a Monster Hunter game partially, and also because 3D World also topped the charts last month, so I had high expectations for Monster Hunter. Outriders, despite being a multi-platform game, still got topped by Monster Hunter Rise in third place. Super Mario 3D World drops to fourth in its second month out. In fifth place, we have Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. So it's probably going to maintain around about the top 20 for this year, while we have Sony and Microsoft facing the chip shortages. So that will probably apply for all of the software titles for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is in number 6th. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is in number 7th. Animal Crossing New Horizons is in number 8th. Super Mario 3D also is in number 9th. Due to it being the last month available. And in 10th, we have Minecraft. When it comes to software, Switch is one of the biggest stories. Nintendo published 7 of the top 20 highest-selling games in March, but Monster Hunter Rise is a Switch exclusive, and Crash Bandicoot 4 is back in the top 20 thanks to its Switch counterparts. While the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series are building up an audience, Nintendo is cashing in on a very successful generation. Let's see what Piscatella has to say about the games. So, in Call of Duty has maintained its evergreen status in March. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War returned to the top of the monthly sellers chart in March, says Piscatella. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was also the best-selling title of both the first quarter as well as the 12-month period ending March. Call of Duty is, in general, one of the most popular franchises in the US, so I would expect Call of Duty to rank highly, but it is great to see that Call of Duty Modern Warfare is maintaining in the top 20 as well, which is extremely amazing considering, another Call of Duty game, a newer version of it, is out. Monster Hunter Rise. In terms of new games, Monster Hunter Rise was the big one for the month. It outsold everything except Call of Duty. Monster Hunter Rise debuted as March's second bestseller, which also ranking first on the Switch, says Piscatella. With just 1 month on the market, lifetime dollar sales of Monster Hunter Rise ranks second among all Monster Hunter franchise releases, trailing only behind Monster Hunter World. That is amazing considering that it was only out for less than a week. And also considering that Monster Hunter World was not an exclusive to the Nintendo platform. It was also on the PlayStation 4 as well as the Nintendo 3DS. So that is amazing for Monster Hunter Rise. I do expect it to be the best-selling Monster Hunter game in the US after hearing this. Despite also launching at no extra cost for Xbox Game Pass subscribers on Xbox, the online cooperative shooter Outriders also had a strong debut. Outriders launched as the third best-selling game of March, says Piscatella. Outriders ranked as the number 3rd best-selling game on both Xbox and PlayStation platforms. So it seems to be consistent across the board. ranking third overall, third on Xbox, and third on PlayStation platforms. So there doesn't seem to be a particularly strong version of Outriders like with Crash Bandicoot that makes Outriders sell like the lot that it sold to get into third place. Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart Deluxe, meanwhile, is the Call of Duty mascot races. Mario Kart 8 placed 6th on the March 2021 bestsellers chart, said Piscatella. Mario Kart 8 is the best-selling racing genre video game in US history. So that means that it has outsold Mario Kart Wii in the US. It is also outsold every single other Mario Kart, not only Mario Kart, but every single other racing game, in the entire in the racing genre. So this includes Need for Speed, Gran Turismo. It's outsold all of that. So I'm gonna just take a moment to congrats Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for its outstanding achievements. For Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. It managed to crack the top 20 due to the new Switch release. So unlike Outriders, the Switch version of Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time outsold the PlayStation 5 version and the Xbox Series version by a fair margin. So that's good to see, but I wonder how it would have done if the PlayStation 5 was not a new console, facing almost no shortages. So we'll see how it does down the track. So far, the top best-selling games of 2021 are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So that Super Mario 3D World has remained in number 2. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is still in number 3. Monster Hunter Rise, within its first couple of weeks, gets into number 4 on the best-selling games of 2021. Assassin's Creed Valhalla drops to number 5, being knocked off by Monster Hunter Rise. Mario Kart 8 climbs up to 6th. Minecraft drops to 7th, with Mario Kart 8 overtaking it and Monster Hunter Rise overtaking it. Madden NFL 21 drops to 8th from 5th, getting overtaken by Minecraft, Mario Kart 8, and Monster Hunter Rise. Animal Crossing New Horizons drops to 9th. I wonder if that game will manage to keep in the top 10 in December for the best-selling games of 2021. And Outriders in its launch month debuts in 10th. So it seems to be a healthy lineup. There's plenty of Nintendo evergreens in the top 10. And Call of Duty seems to continue to dominate. The top best-selling games in the last 12 months are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is in number 1. Madden NFL 21 has climbed up to number 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, so the 2019 version, has dropped to number 3 due to Madden NFL 2021 overtaking it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla climbs up to number 4. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales climbs up to number 5. Animal Crossing New Horizons gets bumped down to number 6 due to turning a year old, meaning that its initial March sales do not count anymore for this chart. The Last of Us Part 2 remains in number 7. Ghost of Tsushima is still in number 8. Super Mario 3D All-Stars remains in number 9, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe remains in number 10. Out of the Nintendo Switch games released, Monster Hunter Rise was the only Nintendo Switch game to chart in the top 10 best-selling Switch games of March 2021. So Monster Hunter Rise is a number 1, being the only third-party game as well in the top 10 best-selling Nintendo Switch games of March 2021. Super Mario 3D World drops to number 2, Mario Kart Deluxe climbs to number 3, Animal Crossing New Horizons climbs to number 4, Super Mario 3D All-Stars remains in number 5, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate drops to number 6. Pokemon Sword and Shield remains in number 7. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild remains in number 8. Super Mario Party climbs to number 9. Luigi's Mansion climbs up a few places from 16th to 10th place. The most popular PlayStation games of March 2021 are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is in number 1. I also expect it to be in number 1 on Xbox as well, considering it managed to beat Monster Hunter Rise. So, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales is in number 2. Outriders debuts in number 3. Assassin's Creed Valhalla climbs to number 4. Madden NFL 21 drops to number 5. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 version, climbs to number 6. Minecraft drops to number 7. Ghost of Tsushima makes a surprising turnout by re-entering the top 10 in number 8. NBA 2K21 drops to number 9, and Mortal Kombat 11 also re-enters the top 10 in 10th place. The best-selling Xbox games of March 2021 are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War remains in number 1. Assassin's Creed Valhalla climbs to number 2nd. Outriders debuts in number 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 version, takes 4th place. Mortal Kombat 11 climbs up to number 5th. Men NFL 21 drops 4 places to number 6th. Forza Horizon 4 drops 1 spot to number 7th. It Takes Two debuts in number 8th. Marvel's Avengers climbs to number 9th. And Watchdog Legion climbs over 10 places into number 10th. I hope you enjoyed this video showcasing the NPD results for March 2021. And bye.